Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello friends, this is Kevin Lopez once again from Personal Tutors, welcoming you for a session today. As I said, my friends, in my earlier sessions, we at Personal Tutors have been going ahead and providing online solutions, online sessions for you for English literature and all other subjects. We have completed English literature standard 12th, we have completed English literature standard 11th and standard 10th. You can find it in the playlists of ours and the videos. Today in this session, I would be taking a chapter from 9th standard Beehive book, that is If I Were You. This chapter is a work of fiction, my friends. It's about the protagonist, that is Jared, who is a playwright. A playwright is a person who actually writes the plays, as William Shakespeare, Mark Twain. These all people were playwrights. They used to write some famous plays around, and those were actually conducted at the stage. So here Jared is a playwright sitting in his house. One fine morning finds a person wearing a beautiful suit, a smart person entering his house and encountering Jared. Here it happens that the intruder confronts Jared and says that he would be suffering the consequences if he asks anything. Jared here is a bit alarmed when he comes to know about the intentions of intruder. The intruder, my friend, is actually a criminal who is looking forward to take the identity of Jared by applying the specs and the mustache and wearing a beard, and thus becoming Jared himself, so that he may not be encountered by the law, the police, or the people who are in the judiciary. So the intruder here looks forward to have the identity of Jared and live a peaceful life for the remaining time. Jared here, my friends, is a playwright. He immediately confronts the intruder by saying that you'll have to speak to my gun. I don't speak to strangers without my gun, my friends. That's what Jared here says. Whence the whim and the whimsical attitude of intruder too is a bit rigid. He replies sternly to Jared that he would suffer the consequences if he goes ahead and tries to use the gun. The intruder clearly depicts his intention. He would be killing Jared. He would be going ahead, taking his name, his identity, staying in his house, and thus won't be having any trouble in the remaining life to come by the law or by the police. Incidentally, Jared here, being a playwright, starts to think. He starts to think one thing, my friends. He starts to believe in the fact that if he would not be going ahead and taking things logically, he would be ending up in a bad shape. Jared, with his beautiful and thoughtful mind, plots up a summary. He plots up a summary over here, my friends, by specifically letting the intruder know that he himself is not Jared. Now this is a turning point, my friends, in the story. An intruder coming to Jared's house, wanting to kill him, take up his identity, go ahead and live a good and a peaceful life. Whereas Jared here, due to his cleverness and his whimsical mind, makes the intruder believe that it is not the Jared that who is living there, but Jared himself is somebody else who has taken the identity of Jared and staying there. He shows him the specs, he shows him the mustache, he shows him the beard, thus making the intruder believe that he is doing something wrong by going ahead and killing an imposter by looking forward to be living as Jared, my friends. Now this is what changes the story. This is what changes the plot totally. The intruder seems to be astonished, surprised. He is down to his wits, looking forward, making up a plan, and suddenly the plan changes. This is the mind that the playwright has. This is the mind that Jared has. Thus Jared goes ahead and saves himself from being killed by the intruder, my friends. Let's have a look at a few questions and answers that would help us to understand the chapter more in brief. So the first question here goes is, I said it with bullets. Who says this and what does it mean? Is it true? And what does the speaker's reason for saying this? I said it with bullets. Now it is Jared over here who replies it to the intruder that I don't talk to strangers without my bullets. Now it means that he is ready to take things in his own hand when things go wrong. That's what Jared here explains to the intruder. Well, is it true? No, my friends. It's not true. It was Jared's mind that had built up the story in order to pacify the intruder so that he may not go ahead and commit something wrong with Jared, my friends. The next question here goes as, what is Jared's profession? Quote the parts of the play that support your answer. Now, Jared is a playwright. He's a person who writes stories, plays, and then helps people perform them at the theater or at the stage. The supporting evidences that we get in the chapter are a few lines. For example, this is all very melodramatic, not very original perhaps, but the word melodramatic here, my friends, depicts that something that is bound to be happening in a beautiful rhythm. That is a melodrama. It makes you laugh, it makes you think, it makes you surprised as well, you know. So that's what the melodrama here depicts. At last, a sympathetic audience. In most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. That's what here depicts, that the person here, the intruder, kept on talking and did not do his work. He kept on speaking, thus giving Jared a time to think about it, my friends. He gave Jared ample of time to make up a story and entangle the intruder himself in the web that he was spewing. That's what here shows that Jared was a person who was a playwright and had the knowledge of playing around with beautiful facts and making up stories. Now, you'll soon stop being smart. Who says this? Why does the speaker say it? And what, according to the speaker, will stop Jared from being smart? The intruder here depicts clearly to Jared that all the talking that you're doing shall be stopped when I kill you. So it would be exactly said that the smartness that Jared was showing to the intruder was actually not working upon him. The intruder knew the real sense of Jared as a playwright making up a story. So this is what influences the intruder to threaten Jared about his life as well. Now the next question here would be a mystery I propose to explain. What is the mystery the speaker proposes to explain? The mystery here Jared explains to the intruder is that he himself is an imposter living in the house of Jared, and actually not being one is acting to be Jared himself. This goes ahead and totally confuses the intruder, who's looking forward for an identity of a Jared and live a peaceful life, suddenly encountering a fact that Jared himself is an imposter staying in the house, which would be a bit alarming for the authorities as well, my friends. So these were the few question and answers. This was question number 7, by the way. These were a few question and answers. We do have some more exercises. I would request you to go ahead and check them out. If you have some more questions or comments, please comment below. We would be glad to answer them, my friends. We have been receiving overwhelming response. Thank you very much for that. We at Personal Tutors are rigorously going ahead and providing online sessions to you people, my friends. I'd request you to check out our other videos in all other subjects for the CBSE literature and subjects like maths, physics, and every other thing that you would be requiring. We provide online support to you as well. We provide data to you in pen drives. So if you have any requests, just press the button about us. We would be glad to contact you, and I would suggest you to go ahead and subscribe our channel. We have been receiving overwhelming response globally now. My friends, thank you very much for attending the session. This is Kevin Lopez signing off.